Yesterday morning, a chickadee let you get within 3 feet before it moved. You noticed because it was closer than usual, closer than they ever get, and for just a moment you wondered if something was wrong. But the bird wasn't injured or confused. It had been studying your face, cataloging your movements, and made a deliberate decision about who you are. That chickadee's evaluation didn't happen overnight. Research from Cornell shows birds typically conduct a systematic assessment over 3 to 30 visits, carefully cataloging specific details about your behavior. They're watching how you move, smooth versus jerky motions, predictable versus erratic patterns. They're timing your presence, noting whether you appear at consistent intervals or sporadically. They're testing your threat responses. Do you lunge toward them, freeze, or ignore them entirely? Each visit adds data. They're even recognizing your voice, the pitch, the cadence, whether you speak at all. That small bird outside your window isn't just foraging, it's running you through a behavioral checklist, and every choice you make either builds or erodes its trust. Birds sort you into distinct categories based on this evaluation system. They remember you, categorize you, and in some cases, make sure the rest of the flock knows exactly who you are. Research from the University of Washington reveals four primary classifications: neutral passerby, potential threat, reliable resource, and safe presence. Most humans start as neutral. Birds acknowledge your existence but remain cautious. Those who have threatened or harmed them previously trigger immediate alarm calls and mobbing behavior, even when they change their clothing or hairstyles. The reliable resource classification goes to people who consistently provide food or water. But the rarest category, safe presence, represents something deeper: a bird that has decided you pose no danger and offers genuine companionship rather than transactional interaction. Crows can remember specific faces for several years after a single encounter. Your chickadee's close approach yesterday suggests you've graduated to this final category. Have you ever caught yourself wondering if that chickadee actually chose to trust you, or if it was just coincidence? Comment your answer below. Now let's explore exactly what signals you're sending that determine which category you fall into. But what's more remarkable is how this evaluation spreads beyond your single chickadee. Red-breasted nuthatches eavesdrop on chickadee alarm calls and respond appropriately to subtle variations in these heterospecific signals, essentially borrowing your chickadee's assessment of you for their own decision-making. When that chickadee gives its relaxed contact call in your presence, nearby, nuthatches are listening and learning that you've been classified as safe. This creates an information network where your reputation spreads across species without you ever directly interacting with every bird in your yard. Even more fascinating, parent birds actively teach their offspring about specific humans through social learning. A parent chickadee may guide its youngsters by example and sound, with imitation being the essential mechanism that teaches birds to recognize which humans pose threats and which ones don't. That trusting chickadee isn't just making a personal decision, it's potentially passing down its assessment of you to the next generation, embedding your reputation into the flock's collective memory. Your chickadee's close approach reveals something more specific. You've mastered the precise behaviors that earn bird trust. When food appears at the same time each day, from the same location, the bird begins to associate that consistency with safety and nourishment. Predictability reduces anxiety and helps the bird anticipate your presence positively. Your morning routine, the way you move slowly rather than jerking toward the feeder, the placement of seeds in exactly the same spot. These aren't coincidences. Slow, predictable actions signal non-threatening intentions. Research from the University of Washington documents that close approach within 18 inches represents the final threshold in bird trust assessment. This calm feeding behavior is one of the strongest indicators that birds have moved you from the reliable resource category into something far rarer: a trusted presence it can ignore while feeding, a bird that has decided you pose no danger and offers genuine companionship rather than transactional interaction. But here's what your chickadee has really figured out about you. While you've been focused on filling feeders and moving slowly, it's been mapping your entire daily rhythm. Your bird knows when you wake up, which window you appear at first, whether you check the feeder before or after your morning coffee. It's cataloged the sound of your footsteps on different surfaces, the creak of your back door,